Ashike. Shot it. Release. Shot it.
And the one paladin dies. So if you're outnumbered 2 to 1, you don't lose half of your men. It doesn't, you know, you lose a lot more men with a bigger outnumberedness. I'm making up words now. Siege Workshop's there coming up for Furious now in the centre of the map, and it looks like he's really trying to push the pressure on. Collecting relics up, as you can see there, that relic being transported back to the monastery now. And as you can see over to the left of the map as well, Furious now is still going for this double-pronged attack approach, and that's quite good. BoDoIIVII, as you can see, has got quite a strong force down here, and he's not really got much in the way of anything at, well, left at his base. And so now a little bit of a conflict in the middle, and Furious now just sort of hanging around near his castle. He doesn't want to lose too many men at all. And a few plumed archers there, taking out that villager for BoDoIIVII. As you can see, BoDoIIVI's actually only got 3 or 4 villagers out, and Furious now is doing a lot better economy-wise. But then again, BoDoIIVI has got that extra gold to start with. Getting some trebuchets out there now, trying to take out the buildings of Furious now, but Furious now quickly backing it up. Those villagers being caught out of position there by BoDoIIVI's men, and looks like he's going to lose them. However, the main conflict and the main attention for these two players is going to be at the centre bit there. That Arnica doing a fair amount of damage for Furious now, that's quite good placement for him there. Mining camp going up, but villager dying, and main conflict is still raging away. As you can see, Furious now has got a lot of villagers out, he's got plenty of town centres up, That's 3 town centres there, queuing plenty of villagers for him, and if you compare that to what he's also collecting relics, and if you compare that to what BoDoIIVI's got, BoDoIIVI's actually quite far behind economically at the moment. Furious now doing a good job though, although he is losing quite a bit of the middle ground. Those trebuchets for BoDoIIVI causing a lot of problems for Furious now. And if we can look at BoDoIIVI's resources, you can see that his food and wood are a lot lower, but he does have a bit more gold, and he has got more men out on the field. Okay, so what have we got going on now? Furious now is just sort of being forced to kind of retreat now. BoDoIIVI is keeping the pressure piled on, losing that monk there by the looks of it. Yep, just lost that, and that's going to mean he's not going to get that relic in just in time. BoDoIIVI is going to be able to keep pushing this if he keeps piling on the pressure, and Furious now doesn't keep his cool and react well in these situations. Look at all those villagers though. Furious now has got a massive amount of miners. He's got 52 out already, which isn't bad for the 11-minute mark in the game. Bear in mind, real time, that's not long at all, compared to 28 miners for BoDoIIVI. So as you can see, economically, Furious is very far ahead. 54 miners there and constantly increasing. That's going to be good for him. It means he's going to have plenty of gold coming in, and he's going to be able to keep the guys coming out. Now, late game, Furious is actually going to have a nice little advantage if you can get this gold count up early on. The thing with the market strategy is that it gives you a lot of early gold, but it also reduces the amount of food and wood that you have. So therefore, late game, you have to collect more resources overall, as you've lost some due to the exchange rate of the market. So if Furious now can hold on for long enough and get out enough men and get his gold count increasing enough, he's not going to have to rely on any food or wood income. He can just solely focus on collecting gold and hopefully get enough soldiers out to keep BoDoIIVI at bay. As you can see a little bit earlier on there, Furious now collecting 2 more relics, and he needs to stay out of the way of BoDoIIVI because BoDoIIVI is patrolling the left-hand side of the map. Quite a lot of conflict going on now as well. We've got multiple fronts of engagement, and these 2 monks over here, they will be brought back, no doubt, before long. As you can see though, Furious now still pumping out villagers, and he's doing a pretty good job actually now of repelling BoDoIIVI. It did look for one moment that BoDoIIVI was going to be able to just swoop through Furious now's defences, but he's held him out for long enough, and really BoDoIIVI didn't get aggressive early enough. If BoDoIIVI was more aggressive early on, Furious now would probably not have such a strong economy, but at the same time, BoDoIIVI is still doing a fairly good job, really. He's got plenty of units on the map still, although Furious now is population capped with 75 miners to BoDoIIVI's 47. As you can see as well, Furious now is quite high in the score, and he is pushing BoDoIIVI back. BoDoIIVI now, I don't even think he's got an army at the moment. It doesn't look like he's got much there at all. And Furious now just patrolling over here with those plumed archers to keep his monks secure. BoDoIIVI doing quite a lot of raiding actually, which is quite impressive. Raiding is fairly important in deathmatch. If you can take out the other person's economy, then that might give you that little advantage that you need to be able to push out and do the damage that you need to do. BoDoIIVI though, I don't know if you just saw down there, he had plenty of villagers collecting gold. Even though that's nothing compared to the amount Furious has got, he's getting there, he's building his economy up, but at this stage in the game he's going to be fairly slow to react now, and this is where Furious now could punch a hole through BoDoIIVI's defences, as BoDoIIVI really doesn't have much left on the map. It's going to take a little bit of a while for BoDoIIVI to get his economy running and enough soldiers out to be able to defend himself well, and Furious now could use this to his advantage. Looking at the population count there, Furious now to 137, and BoDoIIVI on 137, and Furious now on 200. You can see that Furious has actually got a very big population advantage. And looking at his gold stocks as well, he's got 2,400 there, which is a lot more than BoDoIIVI's got at the moment. He's also securing those extra relics, and as you can see, that would make 3 for him. He's also got a relic in the centre of the map that he could easily collect, and he's doing some nice harassment there as well. So Furious now is really looking strong this game, and he could take it. I know, we'll have to see. But he is doing a good job so far, and he looks like he's regained the middle ground for the time being. We'll have to see what happens. So he's taken down this castle with his trebs, and really, BoDoIIVII is vastly outnumbered. He just needs to hold Furious now off for as long as he can, and stop him from getting too close to his base with that massive army of his. Although saying that, Furious now has got a bigger economy, which would suggest that he has a lot more in the way of villagers than army. I don't know, I think Furious is probably touching about 120 villagers at this point. I'm not sure about BoDoIIVII though. We will have to wait and see where he takes his economy and see what he does, because looking at the map, it looks like Furious now is able to hold a lot of it, and because he's got such a strong force in the centre of the map, he's able to keep good control. As you can see, more men coming down for Furious now as well, and he's got plenty of rams as well to back it up. Rams are extremely useful at soaking up arrows, and no doubt he's going to use his rams here, as what you see, one's coming in. Now rams are extremely good at soaking up arrows. What tends to happen is the enemy archers fire their arrows at your rams soak up the damage whilst your archers shoot from behind, and that way you end up taking the advantage. So you can win an archer battle if you have 2 rams and less archers than your opponent. It's quite a good tactic that a lot of DMs use, although it's not that effective with plumed archers. They don't tend to go for the nearest unit to them. Like cavalry archers will always fire at the closest unit to them. As you can see, those rams taking quite a bit of damage there, and that has soaked up a lot of arrows, and Furious now has took the advantage. BoDoIIVII forced to retreat once again, and Furious now really looking in a strong position. He's bringing plenty of trebuchets and a fair amount of siege up as well, and if he can break through this, he'll be able to knock down those castles of BoDoIIVII and get into his base. It looks like Furious now is doing a good job of securing the relics as well. I think he might have got all of them at this stage, I can't say for sure though. And we have got a big scuffle going on in the centre. Those rams still in there soaking up those arrows, as you can see there. And really, Furious now is doing a good job of keeping the harassment going as well. BoDoIIVII, however, patrolling up the left-hand side, and Furious now taking full control of the right. The trebuchet is now deploying. I don't know what he's trying to take out BoDoIIVI's trebuchets with his common play really. But Furious now has lost a lot of plumed archers, and as you can see, he's quite low on the population now. He's gone back down to 180, and I don't know whether that's because he's not queuing. It doesn't seem like he's queuing much at all. Whether he's forgotten to do that, I don't know. But he has got plenty of gold, and he has got plenty of food as well, so he can easily queue up plenty, well, not even plenty, just tons of Eagle Warriors if he wants to. Using the trebuchets to take out the plumed archers, that's something I've not seen for a long while. Just mass trebuchet fire in there to try and take them out. Imagine that, getting a trebuchet bullet to the face. That would hurt. I'm sure that would kill you in one shot. Okay, so we've got Furious now doing a good job pushing through, and he's got some harassment going up on the left as well. Not seems to be doing too much with those units there though at all. Furious now though still pushing, and he's got 185 population at the moment. I'm still surprised that he's not capped again. Maybe he is forgetting to queue men, although he hasn't really dropped below 180 population much. He's also been a bit sneaky and taking this gold source down here, and why not? He's got the excess villagers to do so, and BoDoIIVII has hardly touched those gold sources. As you can see down here though, Furious now once again with the harassment, and really he's just keeping the pressure piled on. Here we go. So he's deploying, I think that's about 8 or 9 trebuchets there. He's going to be able to take out those castles extremely quickly. And I got a little bit distracted there because I thought the sound was desynced. I think the sound is desynced, but it's not too bad. I don't know why that is. It could be because I set fraps as a lower priority, but never mind, it's still watchable, and you've still got my voice to talk over it, so it's all good. Okay, so Furious now still trying to put the pressure on the left-hand side, but it looks like BoDoIIVI's going to be able to get a castle up there. However, his attention has been diverted away, and Furious now with quite a lot of trebuchets right there. BoDoIIVII extremely low on resources, although he has got 190 population at the moment, and that's fairly good really. That's a decent amount of population. He's capped, and he has got a lot of villagers there. Unfortunately, they're not being put to great use, but really, I don't think... My voice went funny then, what the hell? But really, excuse me, really I don't think his villagers have got much option. There's not really much gold on the map for him to get, as Furious now has took it all, and there's not really much he can do in the way of mass farming at the moment. That takes a lot of time to set up all your farms, and BoDoIIVII is in a bit of a tight spot at the moment. Although saying that, he has managed to secure the left hand side of his base, but Furious now is pouring in through the right with more siege rams, more trebuchets, and he's got the cheek to send his villagers in and do a lot of damage, not a lot of damage, what I'm on about, to steal his own resources. BoDoIIVII there saying, where are my relics? Furious now doing a great job there. He's got 3,400 gold in the bank, and that's increasing by the second, due to the amount of relics he's got, and the amount of gold collectors he's got as well. BoDoIIVII completely mined out, so he's really going to be struggling now, and Furious now is still able to keep the pressure on. Those rams doing some damage there for him as well. Might be able to take out that town centre. It looks like he could, although saying that, he has got some Eagle Warriors taking out his siege rams there. I would say, though, saying that, taking out that town centre would not be a great priority for Furious now anyway, and he didn't manage to do it. However, he has taken out a couple of castles, and the pressure really is on for BoDoIIVII. I don't know what he's going to do now. Furious now has got a great advantage here. He's pushing through with his trebuchets. He's got plenty of gold and plenty of food and wood to keep himself backed up. And as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, loads of shots coming in from those trebuchets, taking out one castle after another. And BoDoIIVII is now down and left with one castle to protect his main central base. However, he has built some castles on the outskirts, but it doesn't look like they're going to be too effective when Furious Now's army is on the other side of the map. Furious Now playing fairly well actually, doing a good job of keeping his trebuchets safe and making a nice advance. BoDoIIVII now is really looking to be struggling, and I think the video just paused there, I don't know why. That could explain the sound sync. I will try and sort that out for next time. No idea why it's just happened all of a sudden. Anyway, as you can see, Furious Now still taking out the trebuchets, and BoDoIIVII, without the army count, he can't really do anything. He's a bit stuck with things to do now. He's just trying to mine out as much gold as he possibly can, but as you can see, he's down to 1,500 wood and 300 gold, compared to Furious Now's 8,700 wood and 4,700 gold. Furious Now is just he's got to take this. There's no way BoDoIIVII can survive. It wouldn't surprise me if BoDoIIVII does hang out for as long as he can, or hang in there for as long as he can. That would make perfect sense to do, of course. And a market going up there for Furious Now as well, which is quite odd. I don't know why he'd be getting a market at this stage in the game. He has got plenty of resources. It doesn't look like he needs to use the market. He's secured 5 relics, and he's got plenty of wood collectors, as well as that 5,000 gold there. Those relics are contributing a lot to his gold count, and he's able to keep pressure on and demolish BoDoIIVII. BoDoIIVII trying to take out these trebuchets here though, and Furious Now just quick in there with those elite Eagle Warriors, and BoDoIIVII needs to retreat here, otherwise he's going to lose his whole army once again. And there we go, retreating out of there while he still can. And really, BoDoIIVII has not got much left. Furious Now is still population capped, and a cheeky trebuchet there as well, just to take out this castle in its own time. Not up against much resistance there at all. And the sound sync is out by about 5 seconds, so again, I really apologise for that. Still getting settled in at uni as well. I do realise I've just completely changed the topic, but never mind. BoDoIIVII now going in with these Eagle Warriors to try and take out these trebuchets. Looks like he might be successful in taking out 1 or 2, but he has retreated before he could take them out. And Furious Now is just still pushing through, and I don't really know what BoDoIIVII is hanging on to just bear Furious Now out, but really he must know that he's not taking out many of Furious Now's men. As you can see, Furious Now as well with 3,000 stone, and that's a lot of potential for that. and as well as 4,000 gold. You can just create so much stuff. Castle going up there, Furious now, right in BoDoIIVI's base, and BoDoIIVI, it surprises me that BoDoIIVI is still playing. Although this is the last game for him, if he loses this, I'm still surprised that he's continuing to play. However, he's got to hang on, and he may as well try. You never know, if you give up early, you never know how the game might go. So BoDoIIVI could still win it, but Furious now is in such a strong position, getting a castle up there in BoDoIIVI's base, of course. The cheek of it, it's crazy. That castle just going up there, and Furious now still with a strong advantage. BoDoIIVI just being picked off slowly, and he's still advancing with those trebuchets, just one stop after another. Taking out that castle there, and this cheeky trebuchet, still up and taking out that castle, but BoDoIIVI is quick to try and repair that castle. I don't know what he's hanging on to though. One castle is not going to stand up to 8 trebuchets and a massive army of doomed archers. But BoDoIIVI is trying to combat this, and he's making a nice advance there, taking out 1 or 2 trebuchets of Furious now, and that's 2 gone down. He could even lose 3 if BoDoIIVI manages to focus fire them down, but it doesn't look like he's able to. Furious now still with the advance, and he's building castles inside of BoDoIIVI's base just as he's advancing through, which is quite a nice tactic really. Look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 castles there for Furious now, and there's no way BoDoIIVI can really come back from this. Realistically, BoDoIIVI is out of resources, and Furious now is just continuing to demolish him pretty easily. He's got reinforcements coming in every time he loses 10 or 20 men, and plenty of castles there as well for Furious now. I'm really sorry for the freezing and the sound sync. I promise next time it will be sorted out. But on a plus note, you may notice that this video is longer than 15 minutes, and that's because I've kind of half got a partnership at the moment, and it now means I'm able to upload videos longer than 15 minutes, which is also a bonus. So give it a thumbs up and a rate and a like, or whatever you do nowadays. I can't even remember. I got rid of the rating system ages ago, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Just give it a thumb up and thumb up and a favourite if you really think it's a good video. But I promise I will be really starting to pump these videos out now. I can start uploading in longer than 15-minute chunks, which is really good. So yeah, also I've set up a Twitter and a Facebook account for my channel. If you want to add them, the links will be at the end of the video. Please go and follow my Twitter or like my Facebook page, and that way if you miss the updates on YouTube, you can see on your Twitter. I'll post whenever I put a video up, or I'll make a Facebook post or whatever whenever I put a new video up. And here we go now, Furious now really being cheeky, just sticking loads of castles in BoDoIIVI's base, and BoDoIIVI making one last stand, but he's good gamed, and it looks like, yeah, there we go. So Furious now taking it, and really BoDoIIVI tried to hang on there, you've got to give him credit for that, but Furious now with a really strong start actually. He played extremely well against BoDoIIVI's market strategy, and considering Furious now had the disadvantage from the start, he did a great gameplay, and he did a great job of holding BoDoIIVI back. So anyway, I've been Zach, aka ZeroEmpires, and I will see you next time.